This is 5 Star Life Radio on News Talk 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Welcome back to 5 Star Life Radio, brought to you by Global Link Distribution, a supplier to the RV manufactured housing, cargo trailer, and cabinet shop industries, as well as Dometic, the ultimate outdoor equipment engineered for living. You can check them out at Dometic.com. Both Dometic and Global Link are proud sponsors of 5 Star Life Radio. I'm Coach Seth. You're listening to 95.3 MNC, and I'm with my co-host in studio, Coach Mia.
Thanks, Seth.
We're having a very real conversation about the violence that has hit our 5 Star Life family. Tyler Brown, last week, tragically involved in a shooting situation, was in his father's SUV, probably 75 feet from his home, and literally someone just walked up on the car and started shooting. He has survived the initial gunshot wound to the head, survived surgery. That's 2 miracles. And 3, we just got an update from his mom this morning saying that the doctor has officially shared that there is brain activity, and that is a monumental win for the family and for all of us. And for all those of you who have been praying for Tyler, thank you. Keep praying for him. Prayer works. Mm-hmm. It's powerful. And that agreement is very powerful. So if you just tuned in, you're wondering what 5 Star Life is all about, go to our website, check it out. It's the word 5 or the number 5, the word star, the word life.org. We're on a mission to change the face of education, of sports, of culture. And unfortunately, right now, gun violence is a major part of our culture. It's a part of what we're in the middle of right now. We want to change it. We believe we can change it. And anybody out there that tells you it can't be changed probably need to just distance yourself, because it's not true. We have solutions for all these things. Now, can we change this tomorrow? That's not realistic, because the shooter did not just decide to pick up the gun and pull the trigger in a vacuum moment. It was premeditated. Well, what creates a person that would premeditate murder? A broken mindset, a broken person. And what 5 Star Life's mission, our mission is to turn back the clock on time. And when kids are moldable, our mission is to get every student in America to have a healthy mindset. We want to be in every school in America, and we need your help. If you're connected to a school, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, grandparent, or a community member, in your local school, you have a connection with teachers or principals, make that connection for us, because the only way this changes is if the pockets of places that don't have 5 Star get filled. We got to fill in the gaps. Mm-hmm. Because here's the deal. Kids who are healthy do not do drugs. Kids who are healthy do not pull triggers. Kids who are healthy are not interested in gangs. You're not interested in that stuff. Ask any 7-year-old what they want to do. I'm telling you, a murderer, a gangbanger, it's not in the mix. It's not in their top 10. It's not. What happens, though, is something comes into their mind that says, you can't be this firefighter. You don't want to be a police officer. You're not smart enough to be a teacher. You can't go into engineering. You can't do this. All the no's come in. We've got to fix broken mindsets, and we have a solution. So you can learn more about 5 Star Life, more about how you can help at 5starlife.org. Connect us to your school. Connect us to your teachers. You can also give online. There's some schools that need support, need help. You can donate online.
That's good, Seth. And talk about the importance of 5 Star Life right now. And, we talked a little bit about the pandemic, and I agree that we're just starting to see all the aftermath of keeping the kids out of school.
Well, so we just finished filming a series on conflict. Mm-hmm. And I think that everybody listening could say one of the very glaring things that we all experienced in the pandemic was conflict, because we were forced inside. We were forced to be close in relationships as things were shut down for that period of time. I know things are opening back up. I know that's changed. But there was a window there where we were shut in. And I know for my family, we have a great family, but holy cow, is there conflict because we're all together like crazy. Mm-hmm. And so, one of the things that came out of the pandemic from kids, from listening to thousands and thousands of kids, was I have crazy anxiety, being isolated from friends and teachers and coaches. My anxiety is through the roof. We know suicide went through the roof, up 70%. So we saw a lot of that take place. So there is a ripple effect. When you isolate kids and allow kids to get into a dark place, they look for outlets wherever they can find them. And sometimes it is through negative associations. It's through gangs. It's through, the connection, the camaraderie that gangs bring. Now you have violent acts committed. Now you have the aftermath. We're just experiencing the aftermath, right? The effects of what happened in the pandemic. And ultimately the after effects of what didn't happen for kids when they needed it most. They need to be reminded that, listen, just because you're failing in school doesn't mean you're a failure. Just because you're failing all your classes, it doesn't mean you're dumb. It means you're not putting the effort in. Mm-hmm. It means you're not connecting to the content. Grades just reveal how well you know the content. You don't know it.
And think about all the kids to learn virtually, remotely, I can't, I don't learn well that way, and all those kids that, first of all, if they have a hard time learning, then they had to face it in a different, context. So.
And now they're behind.
Yeah.
Now they're behind by, months and months behind the eight ball. Mm-hmm. So this is our moment in time. For those of you who have heard about Tyler in this whole situation, or as Mia in the last segment talked about, I'm just so sorry, your cousin who you lost last weekend to the same thing, gun violence, a juvenile, pulled the trigger, shot her, ended her life. This is just insanity. And if we just stop there and say it's insane and we get mad or sad and do nothing, it's all in vain. We've got to make your cousin's life count. We've got to make Tyler's life count. And I know there's people listening that you've lost people. Mm-hmm. And you can make their life count by making sure we pull together and start changing this. So we're meeting with the police chief. We're meeting with JJC. 5 Star Life, we want to attack this from every angle. We want to infuse 5 Star Life into every public school. We want to infuse it into the JJC, into the detention centers. I'm sorry, giving out acronyms people have no clue of. Juvenile Justice Center, the local detention centers. We already have a contract with Elkhart. Need to be in St. Joe County. We're working on a plan to get in all the detention centers across Indiana. We have some politicians kind of lobbying for us. But we need to take this fight large and wide. Mm-hmm. And we need your help. We're going to need influencers, we're going to need finances, but it starts by training teachers and making sure kids every single week, they're getting not just math, science, PE, those things are vital, but their mindset is being addressed. The way they look at life, the way they value the people next to them. It's all of those pieces that get left to the wayside, and that sometimes some of the structures we have in place, they don't make room for these programs because we have to teach to the test. Mm-hmm. Well, it's time for things to change. If we want to see culture change, we have to make changes, and we have to kind of bulldoze our way through in some ways. And
we have created our program it's easy for teachers.
It's easy to implement. Teachers love it. Mm-hmm. It's through the roof. Something like 93% of teachers say it's super easy to use. Right. And 80% of them say that they actually see kids more engaged academically because of this curriculum. Mm-hmm. Not that every lesson talks about education, but it ties into their mindset. It ties into their motivation. It ties into their engagement. And so when you hit the root issues, there's a ripple effect. Grades go up, behavior changes, and culture changes. So I want to encourage you to get involved, to do your part. You can go to 5starlife.org to learn more. And also you can, if you want to follow the Tyler Brown story on my Facebook page, 5 Star Life Facebook page, and my personal Seth Moss Facebook page, I'm just giving updates from his mom on a daily basis. We got to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with our final episode.
This is 5 Star Life Radio on News Talk 95.3 Michiana's News Channel, your breaking news and weather station.